Charismatic musical legend Janis Joplin captivated audiences in the 1960s with her unique blend of blues and rock and roll. Songs such as Piece of My Heart, Cry Baby, and Me and Bobby McGee have stood the test of time. Her heartbreaking lyrics touch the soul. Her raw, passionate voice is a mixture of blues, rock, and soul. Joplin defied categorization as a musician and disregarded societal labels in her personal relationships. Stay tuned and learn about the music and the personal demons of the great Janis Joplin. Learn about her battle with alcohol and about her struggle with the drug that she used to numb the pain and loneliness she felt on stage. Learn also about her incredible courage, uniqueness, talent, and success. Janis remained true to herself and never apologized for who she was, but she paid the ultimate price for her rebelliousness. She connected with her audiences by tapping into her own feelings and by bearing her soul on stage. Piece of My Heart is about betrayal. It's about the deep emotions, shames, disappointments, and hurts. The lyrics of Piece of My Heart tell us how she dedicated her life to love. She did everything she could to make her man feel loved and wanted. She tried so hard, but he never appreciated her. He never respected her. He just took her for granted. He just hurt her and wronged her. Didn't I make you feel like you were the only man? Yeah. And didn't I give you nearly everything that a woman possibly can? Honey, you know I did. And each time I tell myself that I think I've had enough, but I'm gonna show you, baby, that a woman can be tough. Janis understood better than anyone, alive or dead, what it feels like to have your heart torn to pieces bit by bit. I want you to come on and take it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Whoa, break it. Break another little bit of my heart now, darling. Yeah, whoa, have another little piece of my heart now, baby. This soulful singer-songwriter was born on January 19, 1943. She was brought up in the industrial city of Port Arthur, Texas. She grew up in a seaport, surrounded by oil refineries and desert. Janis developed a deep passion for music from a young age. Her mother, Dorothy, helped her develop her initiative, creativity, and independence. She taught Janis to play the piano, encouraged her flair for painting, and ensured that she discovered the magic of books and music and imagination. Dorothy gave her freedom. Her father, Seth, in contrast, was a strong and philosophical person, a deep thinker. Her early years were filled with rhythm and blues, a love that stayed with her forever. Early influences included Bessie Smith, Odetta, Big Mama Thornton, Lead Belly, and Billie Holiday. Sadly, Janis Joplin had much in common with Billie Holiday. Billie drank too much and died of a heroin dose. Billie Holiday also sang about love. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love. As a young girl, Joplin displayed her musical talents by singing in her church choir. She was an only child until the age of 6, when her sister Laura was born. Her brother Michael was born 4 years later. Joplin excelled at school, but then she began to rebel. During her time at Thomas Jefferson High School, she opted for her own style of clothes. She wore men's shirts, tights, and short skirts. Her desire to stand out from the crowd made her a target for teasing and gossip. Classmates spread rumors that she slept around. Janis stood out in that conservative, racist oil town. She was a tomboy. She loved the blues. She wasn't a racist. Her parents doted on her, but her rebelliousness troubled them. Janis Joplin has passed into legend as a brash, impassioned artist doomed by pain and loneliness. But she was also a perfectionist, a passionate musician who was born with talent, but also worked hard to develop it. She pushed the boundaries of sexuality and bisexuality in a time of sexual conservatism. She was a sensitive soul who wanted to marry and settle down, but couldn't or wouldn't. She was a Texan who yearned to flee Texas, but could never quite get away. In her final year of high school, Joplin earned a reputation as a bold, outspoken young woman who enjoyed indulging in alcohol and pushing boundaries. She drew inspiration from iconic blues singers such as Bessie Smith. "Once I lived the life of a millionaire. Spending my money, I didn't care. I carried my friends out for a good time, buying bootleg liquor, champagne, and wine. Then I began to fall so low, I didn't have a friend and no place to go." Following her high school graduation, Joplin studied anthropology at Lamar State College of Technology in Beaumont, Texas. However, instead of focusing on her studies, she found herself spending most of her time socializing and drinking with friends. She dropped out after just one semester. Joplin did secretarial courses in Port Arthur College and relocated to Los Angeles in 1961. She returned to Port Arthur soon after. In the summer of 1962, Janis studied art at the University of Texas at Austin. Then she began to perform at informal musical events held on campus and at venues like Threadgill's, a converted gas station. Joplin performed alongside the Waller Creek Boys, a musical trio that she befriended. The band lineup was made up of Janis Joplin, auto harp, Lanny Wiggins, guitar and vocals, and Powell St. John, vocals and harmonica. Her distinctive, bold vocal style captivated audiences. In January of 1963, Joplin dropped out of school. She decided to explore the growing music scene in San Francisco alongside her friend Chet Helms. This time she didn't succeed, but she did perform on stage. She sang at the 1963 Monterey Festival alongside Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, Jerry Garcia, and Peter, Paul, and Mary. She explored the music scene in New York, but she overindulged in alcohol and drugs. Then in 1965, she returned to Texas to recover. During this period, she retired from music and substance abuse. But this life did not suit her. Her passion for music resurfaced and she returned to the stage. In 1966, she became a member of the psychedelic rock group, Big Brother and the Holding Company. Joplin's close friend, Chet Helms, managed the band. It was located in San Francisco. Janis began to perform in the midst of the vibrant San Francisco music scene of the late 1960s. She sang alongside bands like the Grateful Dead. In the beginning, they only let her sing a few songs and play the tambourine in the background, but as the band gained popularity in the Bay Area, Joplin's presence grew larger. Their performance at the iconic Monterey Pop Festival in 1967, particularly their rendition of Ball and Chain, originally sung by R&B icon Big Mama Thornton, hit audiences hard. Sitting down by my window. Honey, looking out at the rain. Lord, 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 sitting down by my window. Baby, looking out at the rain. Something came along, grabbed a hold of me, and it felt just like a ball and chain. Honey, that's exactly what it felt like. Honey, just dragging me down. Despite her undeniable talent, Joplin's onstage persona created tension with her bandmates. Offstage, she overindulged in alcohol and substances. Nevertheless, Clive Davis, president of Columbia Records, was so impressed by Joplin's performance at Monterey that he signed the band. Albert Grossman became the band's manager. He managed music legends like Bob Dylan. Their 1968 release, Cheap Thrills, achieved massive success. This album included Piece of My Heart and Summertime. This song is optimistic. It talks about summertime and how wonderful it is. The protagonist's parents are rich and beautiful, and she doesn't have to worry about anything. Hush, baby, 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 now it. No, 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 no. Don't you cry, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your wings, child, and take to the sky. Nevertheless, producer John Simon pushed the band to multiple takes in search of technical perfection, leading to tensions between Janis Joplin and the other members of the group. Joplin grew frustrated and left the band. In December 1968, Joplin performed with Big Brother for the final time, marking the end of an era for the iconic singer and the band. Pioneering a path for women in the world of rock music, Joplin skyrocketed to stardom in the late 1960s, showcasing her remarkable blues-inspired vocals. Her debut solo album, I Got Dem Ol' Cosmic Blues Again Mama, hit the shelves in 1969. Fans were enamored by Joplin's raw, gritty vocals. The album begins with the iconic, "Try, try, try just a little bit harder, so I can love, love, love him, I tell myself. 'Cause I'm gonna try, oh yeah, just a little bit harder, so I won't lose him to nobody else, yeah. Hey, I don't care how long it's gonna take ya, but if it's a dream I don't want, no, I don't really want it. Yeah, if it's a dream I don't want nobody to wake me." Through her tumultuous relationships with both men and women, Janis Joplin provided a genuine glimpse into the life of a progressive artist. Despite societal backlash, she embraced her sexuality during a time of strict social norms. She had relationships with men like Chris Christopherson, Leonard Cohen, and Country Joe McDonald. She also had connections with women like Peggy Caserta. Joplin's legacy as a trailblazer in both music and personal expression lives on. Joplin struggled with alcohol and drugs, specifically heroin addiction. Janis turned to heroin as a way to numb herself from all the pressures of being a solo artist, all alone on stage. She got addicted to heroin in 1969. She tried to kick heroin. She succeeded in 1970, right about the time she had put together a new band called Full Tilt Boogie Band. She got off heroin for a while by going to Brazil for Carnival. Sadly, she relapsed when she got back to California. Then she quit in the spring of 1970. Tragically, she relapsed while recording Pearl in Los Angeles, got a very strong dose. It was much more pure than the heroin she used before. Her tolerance was down. Other heroin users had overdoses during the same weekend. She was all alone. She overdosed and died on Oct. 1970, at just 27 years old, in a hotel in Hollywood. Coroner Thomas Noguchi determined the cause of death to be a heroin overdose. Her death was ruled accidental. 27 is a bad age for tempestuous singers. Shortly before Joplin's overdose, Jimi Hendrix passed away due to barbiturate intoxication. In July of 1971, Jim Morrison, another iconic figure from the 60s, died from heart failure, possibly linked to drug use. Other notable members of the 27 Club include Kurt Cobain of Nirvana and Amy Winehouse. They released Joplin's second album, Pearl, in 1971. The standout song is Me and Bobby McGee. The song tells us that if you've lost everything, love, possessions, friends, you have nothing left to lose. You no longer have to worry about what you might lose. You no longer have to care about consequences. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing. Don't mean nothing, hone, if it ain't free. No, no. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. This song became her first and only #1 single. In 1995, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rolling Stone magazine recognized Joplin as the 46th greatest artist of all time in 2004 and the 28th greatest singer of all time in 2008. NPR referred to her as the Queen of Rock and included her in their list of 50 great voices. Joplin continues to be one of the best-selling artists in the United States, 18.5 million albums in total. Even after her untimely passing, Janis Joplin's music still captivates fresh audiences and motivates artists. Her voice was raw and real.